You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hey everybody, welcome back to what I think is probably going to be our final route of Slay the Princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
When will our suffering end? Hopefully sometime today. Although the other options at the very, very end that are not me and her escaping the construct and all that, I don't have high hopes for how happy they'll be. I guess we'll see.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Oh, goodness. The hero and the princess. The bird hero. And the human princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement.
It looks like this time we should be taking the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
And then we go.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, think I'm here to kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise.
That's
Good
fine.
Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
No, I don't think we'll be dropping it.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I mean, of course, these are all dialogue that we've seen time and time again already by now. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
I guess we're slaying her.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Also, this is different. You know, we've seen it so much, it feels like we've seen all the different choices already, but the last time she was attacking us, we thought she might have had a knife. So she did have a knife. But this time, we didn't think that. And therefore, she's just beating us up with her bare hands, which might be a little bit more hurtful for my ego.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Right, I think we're in the path now. It's so minute though, those choices. Thinking that she might be armed or thinking she can kill me, all of these lead down to different things.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Yeah, right, if she had a knife, we would be going down to the razor route, but now she's gonna be a normal person who can still defeat me?
We can still turn this around.
Flee and lock her. Give up! Finish it!
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
That's somehow pathetic that she's chained up and you're still losing to her. And she doesn't even have a weapon this time. But it looks like she's getting a bit more muscular, maybe? She has a huge gouge on her, my poor baby.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Painful. We could have given up. But finishing the job, what happens depends on what we believe in. As usual.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Oh no, now she's gonna want to fight us forever.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
She found it fun. Chapter 2, The Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No. If he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Voice of the Stubborn, welcome back.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it.
I just want to see if the Stubborn has more to say.
Those are two very different. We did our best with, and yet you still. And I believe your other question was something along. Yes, had you failed? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Stark contrast to last time when we had the Smitten and the Cold when they were talking forever.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Now we're not lovers, we're gonna be what? Enemies.
A warning. She will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
A special kind of enemy though, because previously she wanted to kill us because we killed her, blah blah blah. This time, this was fun, plus the chapter being called The Adversary makes me feel like I'm in a boxing match or something.
Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Will she even try to get out this time?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I'm trying to figure out what the basement will look like based off this. This looks kind of prehistoric. Maybe like a gladiator battle?
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I suppose I should probably take it.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
That's enough. Oh, it's like a stone tunnel this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase. its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
She just enjoys living here.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Something about fighting us barefisted while we had a knife triggered something in her fighting instincts, and now she enjoys it.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Oh, shut up, please. Last time you were like super drooly over the Razor Princess too. I need you to just leave the decision making to me.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
We'll see about that.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Wait, what? She's not human again. Why? She's got horns, she's got a arrow tail, and the hooves for feet. Okay. What is this? Some like prehistoric Roman gladiator fight.
It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
When she says she was waiting for another challenger, I'm pretty sure she meant that the previous one was me from like a million years ago. Nobody else has come.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
We'll see about that. We can slay her. We can turn around and leave. Can we free her? I hope you heard all of that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time, but last time definitely happened.
Okay, fine. Let's say for a moment I believe you. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Every time we explore a world and we don't slay the princess, we're dooming all these universes. Oh well. You look different.
You look exactly the same.
Oh, good to get a confirmation on that. So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
I'm actually here to free you.
Free her? You aren't... I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free?
You don't even want to be free? She wants a fight. You don't want to be free? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm fine right where I am.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. Did you hear that? Maybe we don't have to do anything. If she's fine where she is, maybe...
But you're going to have to fight me to the death.
Never mind. There is no happy ending where everyone makes it out of this place alive. You either deal with her here, right now, or she'll eventually find her way out. Whether she even wants to leave is hardly relevant. This cabin won't last forever.
It's made of stone. It should last a lot longer.
Hear that? Between him and her, that should be all the motivation you need. Now stop standing there and fight her.
Oh, has the princess ever been referred to with a capital H her? The narrator often has a capital H him.
No, stop standing there and slay her. You're being a bit semantic, aren't you? I am, but it's an important distinction. If you're going to see this through, you need to hold the right intent. This isn't a sparring match. It is a lethal confrontation that will decide the future of everything.
Fine. As long as it leads to a fight, do whatever he just said.
Attack the princess? Attempt to free her? I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Again, very romantic in a in a weird way.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
A woman after my own heart, says Stubborn. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, you want to go?
If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Oh god, she sounds like the Razor Princess. I don't know about this. Let's try to free her first.
I'm sorry, did I hear that right? Did you just say you're going to try and free her?
She doesn't even want to be free.
Exactly. So beyond the apocalyptic moral implications of letting her out, how do we even think that's going to work? I mean, we have a weapon, right? We could always just cut her out, yeah?
Which would require us stepping closer to her?
While she's trying to kill you. Yeah, why not? And then what? Do you think she'll just follow you out of here? Maybe. I don't know. It's worth a shot, isn't it? No, it's not.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Actually, no, you're not. I have a responsibility to the world here, and I'm not just going to let you throw yourself into a scenario where the literal best outcome is the end of everything.
But can you exert your powers on me is another matter.
Until you come up with any other idea, your body remains standing rigidly in place.
What do you think you're doing? You can't just order our body around like it's some sort of doll.
Watch me. Your left arm lifts towards the ceiling and your hand twists into an obscene gesture. See? I can make you do whatever I want.
You're gonna make her think we're flipping her off.
So what? You barely managed to lift our arm.
What are you doing? What is that? Why are you moving so weird?
The princess, taken aback, flashes her own rude gesture in return.
Oh, I knew it. It was love at first sight.
Hey, you, decision maker. I want us to fight her as much as he wants us to kill her, but this is boorish. Just ignore him. If you want to try and free her, I don't think there's much he can do to actually stop you.
Ooh, alright. Let's free her.
You know what? Fine. Blade in hand, you charge forward to try and free the princess from her bindings.
Finally. I have no idea what you were just doing, but I'm glad it's over.
You slash across her wrist, her elbow comes crashing down on your skull. An unsettling crack echoes in your ears. It's a devastating blow. Your body crumples to the floor, limbs suddenly refusing to respond. This might be it.
I tried to save her but got myself killed.
That's it, huh? You've gotten really soft.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Really? In just one blow?
I'm not surprised. Even in chapter 1, we were getting done in by someone not armed.
Yes.
Oh, come on, that's hardly fair. We're not dead. You're just flipping the table over.
It is what it is. You're dead. Finished. Over.
All right, fine. This whole thing's a frustrating mess anyways. We're better off with a fresh start. I'll see you two next time.
See ya. Oh! The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damn focused on freeing her, we wouldn't have died back there. You're strong, but you're bullheaded. This isn't a fight, it's a puzzle. She's stronger than us, but we can use that to our advantage. I hate puzzles. Yeah, of course you do.
And we have the skeptic here today.
I've never done a puzzle myself, but anything that doesn't get us beaten to death is good in my book. What do you have in mind? Same thing as last time, only we'll be smarter about it. We're getting her out of there. After that, we're seeing what happens.
You still want to free her?
Are you insane? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If she gets out of here, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
If we go through all these routes, even without the ending, they do give a lot of information here. When I went through the first playthrough, I kept thinking that the narrator was losing his memory, but this line would probably make my thinking change a little bit.
Why the lies? Why have you been playing the fool? What good could it possibly accomplish? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
But this still could sound like it's losing memory.
Enlighten me then. I have no memory of meeting you, but you've clearly seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. You'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here. So where does that leave us? It leaves us exactly where we started, and where I'm sure you've already been before. The princess, left unhindered, will bring about the end of the world. You have to put a stop to her, and the only way to do that is to slay her. But we didn't stop her last time. We died. Yet here we are in a world unended. A different world unended, to be sure, but there's still solid ground beneath our feet.
Where even are we now? Are we high up on some mountain? The way these trees are growing, and it feels like it's the cliff face of a mountain.
What the hell are you going on about? Even if he isn't lying, reality clearly continues to be real. So I want to see what happens when she leaves. I think we all need to see the truth. You absolutely do not need to see that. I've already told you the truth, and the only thing to see after she leaves is the end of everything. It's not worth it. The truth is always worth it. If we're going to get to the bottom of things, we need to have a method. We need to isolate a variable, and right now her interaction with the outside world is the most interesting variable there is. It's one of the only things we haven't seen.
Skeptic is a follower of the scientific method.
As much as I appreciate your dedication to scientific rigor, your core assumptions are all wrong. This isn't a puzzle, and this isn't an experiment. It's a do-or-die situation with apocalyptic consequences.
Trying to make a god care about dying and not dying doesn't quite work.
And might I remind you that while it may seem consequence-free to you, that does not make it consequence-free to me, or to the people I'm trying to protect.
I think your downfall is that you've never really tied this to why I should care about that intrinsically, especially because it comes at my own detriment.
We know, you told us last time. And how am I supposed to know that? It doesn't matter because it's a point that bears repeating. As does the point that, for all you know, the end isn't really consequence-free to you. You said yourself that the world is different than what you've already seen. It isn't supposed to be, and if things are changing, they're changing for the worse. It's just how things work here. Treat this like it's your last attempt.
Of all the chapter 2s and chapter 3s we've seen, has change always been for the worse? I hesitate to make that blanket statement. It's changed, but is it always for the worse? It's different. Different doesn't mean wrong. In English anyway. Did you know that in Japanese, different and wrong are the same word?
Screw it. I'm sick of this smug asshole telling us what to do. If you need help busting her out of there, I'm your man. Welcome aboard. And if things go bad once we get her out of the cabin, well, at least you'll be able to get the fight you wanted. The rest of you had better keep those two in check. They're far along the edge of a dangerous path. Don't let them go any further.
Oh, I feel like we have an interesting bunch today. Skeptic, always wanting to learn a little bit more about what's happening, and stubborn, wanting to fight. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence is poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further.
But do we know it's her? For all we know, he's in control, pulling the strings to make us too afraid to do anything but slay her.
For all we know, it could be us making the changes.
Exactly. And at least as things are now, there's no way for us to know. But the world is clearly not as it seems. We can't trust anything until we learn more.
If you question reality itself, there's not much I can offer in the way of persuasion, but do consider that it probably isn't helpful for anyone to doubt the ground they stand on.
It's like how at the end, I ask him, why is death a bad thing? And he's like, well, if we're starting there, then I can't convince you. What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else?
It's up to you in the end, isn't it? It'd be best if you bought in, but there's not a whole lot we can do to stop you if you decide to do something else.
These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them drag you and the world to ruin.
Okay, let's go.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
Every time there's been this little grove in the road, which is crazy because how many times do you have to walk along a road for there to be a grove there like that?
No last advice for us? No words of warning?
She will lie.
From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now.
I could use a little catharsis.
There'll be time for that later. For now, you know what you have to do.
We'll see.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
But there's nowhere to go in here. This is just a hallway with a mirror at the end of it.
A mirror? But there isn't a mirror here. There's the iron altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. Does he really not see it?
We can try smashing it again, I think, because we have stubborn, but we kinda know what'll happen.
Or maybe what we see as a mirror, he sees as a door.
Is the mirror just saying that we're being forced to confront ourselves? Chapter 3? Well, it doesn't really have anything to do with how many vessels you've collected, though. It's just chapter 3. In chapter 2, it's in your peripheral. You know something is wrong, you don't know what yet, but chapter 3, you kind of have to confront it, but you can't. They don't let you look in it until the long quiet part.
It is a door. And before you ask, no, it's not a mirror-shaped door. The object at the end of this room is both door-shaped and a door. There shouldn't be any room for misinterpretation.
Who cares what it is? It's in our way, we should smash it. Take it.
Take the blade. Wow, this is such a narrow place, and then there's an altar here.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Ooh, I probably should have quick saved before that. That's okay. This is the last path. The other, earlier, when we could have chosen to do other stuff in the path, they don't lead to any other chapters that we haven't seen before.
Good. Wouldn't want to be pushed around without a way to push back. And she likes when we can push back, doesn't she?
You sound like you're turned on or something. I'm scared.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there, it's right in front of you. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
Smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort.
It's not even the usual path anymore. It is a cliff face.
The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Warm and wet? And you can feel it being warm and wet? How big is she?
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
She hasn't changed as much as she did the time before. She still wants a fight, which means we still know her. We can use that to our advantage.
If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
You telling me you can't bite yourself out? You've been wanting to fight your entire life.
Don't worry about the chains. I've got a plan. Yeah, we'll just have to get her to break them.
Oh, smart plan. Okay.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you.
Our first plan, according to the suggestions by the voices, is to free her and then fight her. In that order.
We best remember how to get back up. The last thing we want is to be stuck between a wall and a raging devil.
How on earth were we climbing the mountain with these nails? My goodness.
You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
Whoa, those thunder thighs. Feel like I've said this a million times, but this is definitely someone's fetish. Yet again.
Her face widens into a broad grin.
I don't get the... Oh, her feet are more developed now. It's not just hooves. And her tail has spikes on it. And her horns got bigger?
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
If we're trying to break her out, I doubt she'll come willingly. We'll have to use ourselves as bait.
I really don't like the sound of this.
It's the only way to get us both out. And we need to see what happens when she leaves the cabin.
She'll be mad that we're not giving her a proper fight, though.
You know what? I should have tried to intervene earlier because I can't let you do that. I won't.
Tough shit. We're the ones in control here.
But we are scientists, and therefore we'll listen to Skeptic.
It's not the...
Yeah, doesn't feel nice to be yanked around against your will, does it?
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Yeah, this is so cramped. We can barely fight here. I can't even maneuver around. We want to bait her? I already tried getting her to come to me earlier. She said, no, that's not how this works. I got the chains. You gotta come down. And maybe I gotta do this. Step closer, stopping just outside her chains.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
That was so easy.
Okay, she's taken the bait. Now let's get out of here. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
Surprisingly, she might be pretty nimble too.
As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow!
Oh, honey, that's such a romantic confession of love.
We're planning on it.
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
He might try something, like closing it.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
We've barely communicated with words on this one. It's all been about the violence and the fighting. I'm so sorry, Princess. This is how I shaped you.
You continue to the door. It'd be a real shame if it were stuck.
Don't you dare.
Don't listen to him. Locks are nothing, just barrel through. No!
Ooh. Free her! Free her!
Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You bastard. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. So, this is what the end looks like.
And then, is Handsy gonna come? We've traditionally never been able to take more steps out of the cabin for like more than 2 minutes.
What is this place? Where are we? This doesn't feel right.
Ah.
It's cold. Why is it so cold? I feel so tired.
They just take her. And ceremoniously. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Okay, I'm gonna go back now, because I think this will continue to the ending if we don't go back now. What if I just die?
You meekly throw yourself against the locked door, your will to triumph sapped by the burden of knowing what would have happened should you have succeeded. This truly is for the best.
Oh!
Your body pulls taut as her hand wraps around your arm. Before you can even try to pull away, she slams you into the wall, your head bouncing dangerously off the hard stone. Shit. We had a plan. We should have stuck to it.
Well, we did see the results of the plan. I did, but you guys don't get to remember it, unfortunately.
Why does this feel so empty? Why does it feel so wrong?
Because I didn't give a good fight?
This isn't how things are supposed to go. This is so cold and disappointing.
Your body still reeling from the impact, your eyes fall on her fist as it drills towards your skull with lethal intent.
I feel bad. We should give her a good fight at least. It is the last one after all. Give her a bit of satisfaction. But the impact doesn't come, nor will it ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Alright, we can load an autosave from earlier probably. Let's just fight her. Can we just fight her? Slay the princess. Well, or die trying. Or, let's talk a bit first. We can always fight when we're done, but I have questions. I want to know what happened after you killed me.
We've talked plenty. I'm sick of talking. I'm sick of waiting.
Oh, honey, foreplay is important.
I'm sick of you standing just out of reach and teasing me with a fight you won't let me have. You disappointed me last time, so you don't get to choose what happens next.
Bloody desire in her
Oh,
eyes,
God.
the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
So, do I just run away? I do just run away. Okay, let's go back to that one. Oh, it's load. Okay, we'll just lay you then. Clearly any amount of talking, she's not gonna be okay with it because she wants to fight.
Change your plans, boys. I thought we were on the same page. I can't believe you'd give up the game so easy. You charge headlong into the princess, blade flashing in the dim light of the basement.
Yes, 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 yes! Finally, you get it!
Look at her.
For a moment, the scales feel balanced, each of you inflicting debilitating wounds on the other, striking in a dizzying synchronicity.
It's how I show my love.
But it isn't long before they tip in her favor.
The cuts and bruises you've inflicted seem little more than superficial, barely so much as slowing her down as she continues her onslaught. You, in contrast, are finding it harder to stand as your body gradually becomes less responsive, less powerful, less stable. You can tell she's trying to make it last, but all it would take is one meaningful strike. The coup de grace.
3-0 in her favor. I'm not very good at this, but she doesn't wanna kill me yet because then she'll be bored for however long again. But it looks like Handsy's already here.
This is good, but you could have been so much better. I'm beyond you now.
Sorry.
Here it comes. I'll see you all on the other side.
Hope I at least gave you a little bit of satisfaction at the end. Let's move on now. But the other side doesn't come, nor will it ever. It's time to leave.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
Let's go. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels... You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
This means I'll become God again. What happens to these voices when I become God? I don't know. I'm made whole. So you guys are all a part of me. So don't fear. Don't fear.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Because I am the long quiet. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass into two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Alright, hold up. We're gonna do a hard save here so we can ask all the questions we want. Some of these we've already asked. Let's focus on the ones we haven't, that I remember. What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
This time, I think the dialogue is going to be a lot clearer when we get to the Shifting Mound too. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of questions. And what is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh, we can tell if we've seen it before with the skip. I don't want to be a god. I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Are you a god? Or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something. So I made you. And I made her. And I made this place to hold you both.
You're not even a god, but you had the ability to split us apart. That's something. Or the non-echo version of you did. You made us? Out of what?
The cycle of life and death. The endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
You say it so casually, like it's something that people are just meant to be able to do. What is the princess? Did you make her too? I'm pretty sure we've asked this one.
She is the shifting mound,
Yeah.
the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
So you can't do the job?
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
You split us into two and you made this construct. You have quite a bit of powers for someone that's supposedly mortal.
This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
We'll see about that. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
You just keep saying stuff like that. Have you ever thought about my feelings? My feelings? Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? Oh, this one. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever.
But no change means, like, if someone... They can't even have a baby. People can't even start a new family. They just be with their... Everyone that's existing in the world at the moment will continue to exist. There's no new family members joining. Kids will never grow up.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Because the real you's gone already? If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
We saw this firsthand already in the God route, where Paranoid was going crazy, being like, oh, think small, think small, think small. Oops. Oh, I didn't know you could I didn't know you could get to the save like that with a right mouse click. Huh. Why did you make her a princess? Oh. Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come.
I'm surprised I don't have any issues. Like, I'm a bird. I'm a bird monster. She's a beautiful human princess. She's not a bird princess. Am I just into that sort of thing, or what?
I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
I'm not gonna slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece. and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away.
That's fine. Actually, I feel pretty satisfied with that round of questions, but we can do one more round to see if we learn anything new. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
But she's so much more than just death. Change and death are very different.
And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Silence, mortal. You think this is any way to talk to a god? This one's new. I think it'll just say the ebb and flow line, though. I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
I was made to do this single task? Who made me? What am I?
You're the long quiet.
Oh. This is gonna say the ebb and flow, capacity for change stuff, I think. We'll do a easy one. I have so many questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Oh, so me seeing you is why you're dying? The mirror. The mirror disappears, and then you appear, and then pieces of you are breaking off. I think that's pretty much it. Some of these questions, they happen after I ask something else. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd get to see you, ever.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
You said she... Okay, fine, I'll bite. You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the Shifting Mound.
I knew it. Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her?
Of course they won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
How did you see a glimpse of that better world? By trapping us here? Oh, so... when we're in the cabin, when we're in the construct, the world is still going on normally, isn't it? If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either.
That's too vague and abstract. There are so many. What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here together and leave the people out there alone?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the Shifting Mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave, and then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion.
She is literally change. Nothing can be constant.
And until then, the clock ticks on.
You have to kill change to stop change. You're delusional.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. And I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
That kind of just sounds like you worked so hard and long on this that you refuse to believe that you could be wrong. I'll lie to him. Rest easy. I'm gonna destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Yeah. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. My love, we finally reunite. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. All the other perspectives gravitating towards her.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
All the different ones. Although the way she has multiple heads right now is kind of most reminiscent of the very first one I saw, huh?
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Oh, you're the one always reacting to me.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Well, we already tried just going with her, so I guess we have to try the other stuff. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? Hold up. I remember last time I did something and then she got angry about it and then she started convincing me that she's right. If you were always gonna become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked, if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and
she's
passion
angry.
are
Oh, God.
dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh.
Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again. Bones broken and body leaking.
This was a fighting one.
Even when you had no hope, you never gave up, and I never let you go. Without obstacles to overcome, we decay into nothing.
Like I said, you never needed to convince me. Change is necessary. And they're going backwards in order. Okay, but I gotta try the other way. Is stagnation so bad? Can meaning not exist in the absence of cruelty and pain?
To stagnate is to remain the same. What meaning can be taken from a single moment, frozen in time? All conflict is violence. But to remove conflict itself is to remove the textures that define us. A boundless torrent of blades cuts you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
Oh, we never got to see this before, but yikes, the razor was really cutting us up. All of our fingers and claws. Ah!
On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality. And you used it to rise above me.
This is the one where I didn't take the blade, and then I defeated her at the end.
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive.
Were we self-destructive? Or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
Thorns!
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
I agree. If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick. Okay, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you.
And yet you did. First by giving me your life, and then by refusing to take mine. You don't need to turn back to the way things were before.
Oh.
I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me.
Basically every single route has been like this.
Hollow eyes watch from the dark corners of a forgotten place flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life.
I can't disagree with you. I don't disagree with anything you're saying on like a more microscopic scale of considering the interactions between you and me. Does that extend on a macro scale to the whole universe? The narrator definitely disagrees. He wants everyone to be alive because he's afraid of death, fear of death.
And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I'm okay lingering.
To linger too long is to become worse than when you started. Would you rob yourself of all context to remain trapped in a single moment?
Robbing yourself of context.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
Yes. Yes. Oh, what are these marks?
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you.
Trust, intimacy, these things are beautiful because someone has the ability to crush your heart, but they choose actively not to.
Could you bear the moment of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you for sharing yourself with me.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift.
You broke the narrator. As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I'm sorry, dear. I've already left with you before, so I must choose other things this time. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
So I feel like one of the counter arguments for not going with her is that she seems to act like she knows everything, and we would be dooming universes to just die and death and destruction all willy-nilly. But when I look at this, I don't really get the impression that's what she thinks. We're omnipotent, we're gods, we're entities. It's not like someone's actively thinking, today I'm bored, I'm just gonna go destroy a world myself. It's not like that, right? It's just allowing the universes, allowing the realities to have capacity for change, is my reading. It's easy to believe the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Right, so she sounds like she's a bit arrogant here, I guess? Like she knows everything. But we're gods. Why? Of course we know everything. Ooh. Okay. Let's do a quick save here. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh. Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume, in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Oh, this is like when the place unraveled. Oh.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
The Shifting Mound. Women outside.
Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that, for old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
Clearly, the narrator was much more gifted at this.
You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he?
I don't think so. He never mentioned time of day either.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
This is a mirror of all those chapters that we've gone through. Every time we go to a cabin, we have multiple choices. Slay the princess, save the princess, or just sit there with her, or leave her in the basement. It's funny. After everything he put us through, I'm actually kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Take it?
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
We can choose not to use it if we have it, but not the other way around.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me?
Oh, of course, though, it changes her tone. She's not locked up.
You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
I don't even know what that means. I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right?
Narrator said forever is not a thing.
So, make me put it all back. Make me fix whatever this place is and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting it do anything to help them? The people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer? You're looking at this in such a negative way, though. Change is good, in a lot of cases, too.
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before? We don't!
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty and I still like you.
Oh.
And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
I don't think there's any reality in this multiverse where we don't like each other. We'd have to decide to do this every single time. Forever. Eventually something is gonna be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Yeah, we can't think too far ahead. This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
I shouldn't have brought the knife down here. I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Oh. Okay. Then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze. Yeah, it's better if we don't say anything.
Hey, I love you.
Why did you have to go and say that? Oh. What? And then it just starts.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is this just a brand new playthrough then?
You're here to slay her.
I think so, right? Oh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. We can't be star-crossed all the way up to the very end. Come on. No. No. Let's check out if we can get some other ones before we talk about all of it. So we can slay her right here. I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out.
So the other one, we forget our memories. This one, we're just straight up killing her.
Despite our differences, I've always loved you. And I wish you nothing but the best.
No, I can't. No, I can't. You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. And then we supposedly saved the universe and all that. Saved, quote unquote. The tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be now as they were then, but they aren't nothing either. That's what the narrator said. Oh, look, outside it's the long quiet.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No! No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself. And then what, stay here forever?
It's quiet here.
A long quiet, if you will. The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. So I'm a god again, but by myself. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. Your static kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free. And before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality. and forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we?
At what cost?
We're the house now. We get to make the rules.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Do you really think that's nice?
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
No conflict? You want everyone to just agree with each other forever and that's it?
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now.
We're alone as heck.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
No, you don't get to be sad. Or I guess if you're sad, you're forever sad now. You'll never be happy again, because no change.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
The reason time mends things is because of change.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
Forever. And ever. And ever. Let's try... Can we not pick up the blade?
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
I didn't bring a knife with me. Let's play nice.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Of course. I can explore these again.
Honestly, me neither.
Oh. I don't want to be a god. That was the option, right? Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Huh. These are the same. I think the only thing left for us to do here is leave.
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Giving up godhood. We just leave, forget about all this BS. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through the cabin door as we are, just you and me.
I want that too.
I think I'm going to stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Oh. Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Thank you. You lead, and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, A comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. It's just suddenly dawning upon me how many times we've been to the cabin and how many times we've hurt each other. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet, she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps. Our first time getting outside the door, without Handsy trying to get her, without the world breaking down.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there.
Me neither. That's the best part.
Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
If it's bad, it'll get better. It can't always be bad. Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
Oh. Giving up godhood? Just living? Maybe escaping from it all? You know what? I'm into this. I just need the princess and the hero to end off happily, okay? We don't get to see anybody outside the construct. I frankly do not care about the rest of the world. And even, okay. Alright, listen. Any game where I have to choose between the person I care about versus the world. This is not the first time I've come across this. You know how I make these choices. That's just the way it is. And I think this is a very natural way to behave too. It's not even just a me-specific thing. No. Is there more that we can see here? So I did that was all from the last one. Maybe these all end up going to the same thing. I can't let that happen. Oh, we just did such a good one. I don't want to do this. I can't let everything die.
Then try to destroy me if you can. But I will not yield easily to your delusion.
You don't have to face her alone.
Oh, and then it gets railroaded back to the cabin. I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Okay, I'm guessing all of the options here bring us back to the cabin. Makes sense. I'm just gonna press a few more and make sure. Now, these are all slaying the princess. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Ah, but you know what? Do you remember my very first playthrough? I have a save from here. No, don't. This Renpai, you gotta make it a little bit clearer what loading and saving is. I've already written over some of my saves accidentally. Yes. So, in this first playthrough, the first route that I went to was the Stranger, which is the one where we don't go to the cabin. And I think because that was the first playthrough we did, or the route we did, it enabled a completely new option. I can do this out here on my own.
You can't, and lucky for you, I'm not going to let you try.
Oh, okay. I think it's within the cabin that something is different.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
But the cabin looks different. Oh, what? It's messed up again.
Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place.
What the hell?
Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
This is the stranger cabin, right? The second cabin that we've come across ever? If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to us, for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows.
But someone clearly has very poor taste in fashion design, or architectural design. Brick walls, and then wooden stuff, and then this random table, and the place is kind of falling apart a little bit.
You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone, though. I think it did whatever it needed to do. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Are all of these going to be different? I don't know. Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
Try not to piss me off, or else I'll do the same to you. Good riddance.
Good riddance? Really? I'm gonna miss the guy.
Yeah, I kinda miss him too.
Yeah, right. He really put us through hell, didn't he?
But none of this suffering would have had to happen if it weren't for him. And his plan didn't even work anyway, so we really went through all the suffering for no reason.
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right? So, you're not gonna suggest we throw it out the window?
Did he suggest that in the beginning, the very first run? I remember it in the other run, in the Razor run.
No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know.
Okay, hold up. We have saves here, it's fine. Throw it out the window. Throw it out the window means we have no blade. I'll try that next time.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Yeah, when nothing made sense. Starting with this route really made everything so much more confusing than it had to be, and... wow. Now we get to see it all again.
Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
How many of you are there?
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
We can't choose which stairs.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Hey, we're holding the knife in that same way we did in the first chapter too. They were complaining about which way to hold it.
That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So, you brought the knife. After everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still aren't sure what you want to do? Unless you are. We just hope you're sure of yourself, one way or the other.
When am I ever sure? I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you, at least. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful.
Yeah, it didn't help.
That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
So it's like we're getting we can do the same ending choices again, but this time with a different princess who has 3 faces, and I don't even know what's wrong with this reality. It's just a glitch in the Matrix. Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
Fractured.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same.
What are we gonna do?
Maybe this doesn't have to end just yet. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. The way it all works seems to be based on you. If you believe we can do something, then we can do it. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can fix the Echo's construct and make us all forget.
I don't want to go back to it, though.
Believe we can send us all back to the beginning, before anyone woke up, before the truth consumed us.
Will we just be endlessly suffering?
Can they really do that? Are you sure that's what you want? Why wouldn't it be what we want? Especially if it brings him back. We can't keep going without a nemesis.
Would resetting it do anything to help them? The people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer?
If you believe we can give them more time, then we can give them more time. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the power of our thoughts. You've seen what they can do. You haven't even seen the half of it.
I don't want to forget you.
We don't want to forget you either, but that's what we would have to do.
We. Is it only the one in the middle that's talking? It's like the fractured stuff. This one looks sad.
A single tear forms in one eye and slides down their cheek. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
I thought you were back for a second.
I don't think we ever really forget, anyway. There's always something that draws us back together. Some buried memory that both of us treasure.
We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually.
And when we do, we can choose to do it all again. We'll always be able to start over, if that's what all of us want.
If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. We can't know something like that. But we're choosing to do it now. And maybe we'll just keep doing it again and again forever.
It's not the same dialogue as the normal princess version, right? It's not the same.
It's almost comforting. To know we can keep meeting each other over and over again.
Yeah. How do you know things won't just end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
That's okay. We have to be able to trust that whatever choices we make, they're the right choices.
In the moment.
Maybe we'll continue the loop of forgetting and restarting forever. Or maybe we'll decide, at some point, that it's time for things to end.
But how can we trust ourselves? Our memories will be gone and we'd have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually, something is going to be different.
When we first met each other in the long quiet, there was Something inside of us. Something we couldn't recognize or understand. And we can't say we fully understand it now. A warmth when we look at you. The kind you don't realize you're missing until it's come back. Every time we hurt each other, every time something awful happened, it was still there, undercutting the pain on the surface with a constant, soothing glow.
Our love for each other.
That warmth is never going to go away, and that's why we believe in you.
Yeah, erasing memories from gods. We're gods, you can't fully erase it. We still instinctively recognize each other. This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
You'll be back here again, sooner than you think. And then we'll part ways again, and find each other, and part ways, and find each other. It's like we're never really alone.
And all we're doing in the spaces in between is hurting each other again and again.
Because even the time we spend apart is time spent chasing these moments of reunion. And they're all the sweeter for the isolation in between, don't you think?
Yes, but I just want to be happy with you.
That's beautiful. You've really grown a heart, haven't you?
Is there any other way?
Our options are limited to what that knife offers us. Either we use it to put things back, or you kill us. We're sure you can figure out which one we'd prefer. But we don't want to influence you. We're sure you'll do what you think is best. If it's time for it to be over, it's time for it to be over. As much as we might want a few more precious lifetimes with you.
I don't want pain. I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
There's no turning back now. You came down here with the knife, which means the knife has to get used. Or there wouldn't have been any meaning to taking it. And this place is all about meaning.
Meaning which can only happen if change is a thing.
But if that's what you want, you can always hope that the next you will want that too. But there's only one way to give him that choice.
By making this choice now to reset everything.
Yeah. We're already here, and we've already brought the blade, and nobody wanted to throw it out the window. We can't just go back now. One way or another, we'll have to see this through. There's your third beat. Hey, you're right. There it is. Can't say it's very funny, though.
Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay. If this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. Speak for yourself. Maybe I'll see you too. Maybe I won't.
You are such a contrarian.
They take the blade from our hand and stare fondly into our eyes.
Which eyes do I look into? They all have different tiaras. Slightly? I'll see you soon.
Everything is going to be okay. We love you.
It's effectively the same endings,
You're
but
on a path
different
in
flavor.
the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Let's go. And that's the end, of course. Well, let's check out the other dialogue for the three Oh, at least this princess is normal, huh?
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
So, you've made a choice for all of us. Even through everything, through all the worlds we've seen and experienced, through all the lives we've known and lost, we could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel possible.
I know it's ridiculous. I can't believe we've done this.
Despite it all, we've always loved you. We hope you don't regret what comes next.
And then this is all the same then? Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on. Oh, it's the other way around. When we did it in the other place, it said that, oh, we still have a piece of each other, but now we're saying that we destroyed a piece of each other.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not.
Then we did what we set out to do. Come on, let's get going. We don't need to linger down here anymore.
And then this is the same?
That's right. We've got a whole world to see.
You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself. There's not a lot to do here. The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death. Yeah, the glass of the construct is pressing in on you, but it does not yield.
Now. It shouldn't be that hard to break out of here. We're some sort of god, aren't we? He's gone. She's gone.
I think this is all the same. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah. We can do that.
It's terrible. Okay, go down the basement without a knife. Whether it be by not taking the knife or throwing it out the window. Let's throw it out the window.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south...
Yeah.
That's probably for the best. So you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially there's the guy I know.
I can still choose to throw it, though.
You actually did it. I know I just told you not to, but I'm proud that you did it anyways. It's like you've finally left the nest.
And I'm guessing this is the same as not picking it up to begin with.
Yeah, just like that it's gone, isn't it? Blade tossed, glass shattered. I guess we'll have to make do without it. There's your third beat. Hey! You're right. Good work. That was really funny.
Ha 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 ha.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess.
It's okay. You can come down. We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though.
It'll be a good normal conversation.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script.
I don't want to hurt you. We need to leave this place.
Are we missing a page?
No. We write our own book. We write the next page ourselves. Sit with them. There's multiple of them. We've done these already. What if we just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore. It's the spirit of the thing.
It's to honor him.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want?
Leaving with this glitchy princess, I don't know what's gonna happen. But it's not any more confusing than a normal princess, I guess. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm going to stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Thank you, guys. Are you two gonna be okay alone?
We're not alone. We have each other.
Good.
And I'm sure we'll find the others.
You lead and the princess follows, and together, you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention seize them. They're unsure of themselves for the first time in their long and short existence. They have no part to play anymore, and they know this, yet they still are. Everything has been pluralized, and then they cross the room to the door outside. You follow their confident steps.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass.
It's time to do something new, girl.
It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I love you.
And we love you too.
Well, the one in the back doesn't get to see the front. Okay, I'm glad we ended off with something a little bit less depressing. It really got to me though, the first time we went through it with a normal princess, just when the hero was like, well, we're gonna leave now, and then the princess just thinking about all this stuff that we had been through. But I feel like after all this, I still think the very first ending that we did, where we leave the construct as gods. Why? Why wouldn't we want that? There's a bittersweetness in this, but I don't acknowledge any of the sad ones that we had to go through, okay? I think only this one, leaving the cabin and facing the unknown, and then becoming gods and breaking out. I like those ones. No sad ones, no resets, no slaying princesses. Screw that. I've done enough of that for a lifetime, and I'm not gonna sit here for it. Oh, I just remembered. We might be able to get a completely different ending by not giving Handsy any vessels at all, because we can turn around and leave. I'm in chapter 2 right now.
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but...
And then we eventually get to the long quiet yet again.
Fine. I suppose you...
Turn around and leave.
You're really keen on wasting...
Accidentally skipped the whole bunch of it. But this is something we've seen before. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Yes. Wake up from the nightmare? It's not. And then I'll do that again?
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
So this is my second time.
What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like... home.
Home, all right. We don't have any offerings yet again. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. It is quiet. You have been here before. Memory returns. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. That which dwells in the empty spaces contracts across the edges of your mind again. She is furious. Betrayal. Every door you close on me is a door you close on yourself. Do you want to linger here, entwined with a creature you taught to hate you forever? Eternity never ends. Cold spite. Our infinities shrink into something less. I hate you. 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 I only did it twice and she hates me already. Yikes!
What's going on? Where are we? Did we do this? Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end?
We don't know anything about the details of how this construct was created. Is it like a computer program? Who knows? We've been here before. Memory returns. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Desperate pleas. I do not hate you. I am sorry I said I hate you. I do not have to hate you. We can still leave this place together. This is like the 5 stages of grief. Now that she was super angry about it, and now she's trying to bargain. An offering. We can be friends. Ecstasy. You are elated. You have never felt more elated than you feel now. Everything is good. You cannot remember what it is like to feel anything other than euphoric joy. A reminder. We can be worse than enemies. Agony. You are torn into a million pieces, and you feel pain in each of them. You have never felt more miserable than you feel now. You cannot remember what it is like to feel anything other than anguish. Mercy. You are elated again. You have never felt more elated than you feel now. In contrast to the agony you've suffered, this elation is better than all of the other elation you have experienced. Round eyes looking up at you. I need vessels so that I can be finished. I cannot find them on my own, for they are me. You are the only one who can do this. You are our only salvation. She can't do anything without me.
I like it. Seems like it's got great acoustics.
You're a brave one. You've been here before. Memory returns. There is a distant rumbling. Dejection. Feelers limp against your soul. Why? Long silence. A hollow heart. I don't want to see you. Now she's just sad.
A dark place. Thoughts like us shouldn't be here.
It's just an extension of ourselves, guys. Calm down. But this is upsetting too, because we're never letting the Shifting Mound be herself again. These perspectives, they were her before, and we're taking it. The narrator has broken us apart, including all the different perspectives of the princess, and now we're not letting her have them back. The feelers hold you in a gentle caress. Resignation. I cannot stop you, but our spool is nearly taut. A warning. If you come here again, we will be here forever.
That son of a bitch flipped over the table, didn't he?
The last time. We remember being here. Oblivion. The many feelers pull your shape into something formless. You have made a decision. It is the wrong one. I love you. You are bliss, joy and understanding, everywhere at once. Your soul threatens to fade away. I love you. You are agony, a numbing arm, a parched throat, an open wound, your soul forced back into existence. I love you. You are bliss, joy and understanding everywhere at once. Your soul threatens to fade away. I love you. You are agony, a numbing arm, a parched throat, an open wound. Your soul forced back into existence. I love you. Okay. Continue to exist. Agony is a numbing arm. Agony is a parched throat, an open wound. She still loves me after all this. I failed you. This is a betrayal. Oh, why did we have to end off with this one? I was happy with the exiting the cabin one, damn it. Ah! Oh. Well, it is what it is. Alright. Yeah, this is insane. I was basically pressing skip on everything just to get to the second chapter as soon as possible so I can walk away from it. And every now and then, I still came across completely new dialogue that's stopped by the skip. It's not like big differences, but little things here and there. It matters so much though. Oh, we only got 3 songs. Okay. Alright. I believe that's actually it then. Wow, we went through a lot. I wasn't expecting to play a game this long when I first started it. I was expecting this to be like a few hours or so, but it did sustain my attention for the whole amount of time here, and I was glad to have seen all the different chapters and all. Definitely, I think this is like probably the #1 game I've seen where the choices really matter. Even the most minute of ones too, not just the big ones that, hey, you know, the game tells you this is something that the characters will remember or whatever. Which is probably something that can only be done because it's a visual novel. Because it's kind of hard for me to imagine a AAA game having this type of variation and then having to animate all the cutscenes and stuff. But even then, I'm not saying that to diminish their accomplishments in any way, because even then, they still had to draw all the different cutscenes and whatnot, and the cutscenes we saw, there were so many little variations depending on our choices, whether my hand was on the blade, whether my hand was being held by her hand, so on and so forth. This definitely felt like a labor of love, and I don't even know how they kept track of everything altogether. This story really took the your choice matters thing to heart, and even if that was the only selling point, I feel like this would be worth playing. But on top of that, the story itself is very coherent, engaging, at times heart-wrenching, at times made me feel introspective, and then all of these experiences culminating at the very end. Like I said earlier, man, like when I saw the Leave ending, I nearly lost it. I'm a pretty big fan of the cosmic horror dialogue too. All the dialogue between Long Quiet, the Shifting Mound, and everything in between. We didn't get to see it in this video, but my first ending where we chose to be gods and escape, there was a line something about, we see 1,000 sunrises and 1,000 sunsets and 1,000 more, something like that. A lot of really poetic stuff. Or when she's showing me all the vessels I gave her and she's trying to convince me that all of this is good because change is good. Really loved all the dialogue we saw there. Yeah, this is really fantastic. I love it. I'm really glad I got around to it. And it makes me really curious about this developer's other game too, Scarlet Hollow. I think I've got a few recommendations for it, but I know that it's not complete right now. It's got like 3 or 4 episodes out, and I think it's gonna be completed next year or so. If that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing as well, definitely let me know, because I'm basically at the point where I'm pretty much willing to unconditionally check out this developer's Black Tabby Games' games. So yeah. My favorite chapter would probably be the Thorn chapter. A lot of the routes that we go through are a lot of variations of us hurting her, her hurting us, and the other way around again, yada yada yada. But I think the Thorn one was one of the few ones where we really just realized, oh my god, we've been doing this forever and I don't want to hurt anymore. I don't want to hurt you, I don't want to be hurt. And it really captured a lot of things that I think about how it's the nature of how human relationships work. We're social creatures that seek out each other all so often. We end up hurting each other, but yet something still makes it all worth it in the end. As for my favorite princess, Well, of course I love the Thorn Princess as well, but I love that whole thing as a chapter. So in terms of princesses, maybe the funny ones for a little bit of levity in my heart. The Razor was pretty funny. Oh, another standout chapter was probably, for me, the moment of clarity in the Nightmare one. That was pretty haunting too. For the same kind of reasoning, we're humans gaining an understanding of each other, and a lot of it is just so deeply upsetting and sad. Favorite princess? Yeah, let's go with the Razor, especially in the version where you flirt with her and she's like, oh yeah, I like you too, neat. Love that part. Please let me know what your favorite chapters and favorite princesses are in the comments below. We've seen so many. We can make like an entire tier list out of all this, basically. Thanks again to the people who were recommending me to play this, and with that said, this was Welonz with a playthrough, multiple playthroughs of Slay the Princess. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I will see you all in another place, in another time. Bye!